Hello to you, I'm Keith. Welcome back to my channel Knowledge for Dummies. Today, I cater this topic, path from secondary school to work, for all the secondary students out there. Normally, when you study your secondary school, upon graduation, you begin to think, what choice I must take, what course I must study, and where should I be in the next 10 years so that I can success in my life. Now, for secondary students, if you are one of them, you may have no clue about what will begin and what you're about to endure in the next 5 to 10 years ahead. So today I'm going to share with you the path from secondary school to work with you to help you to set your objective, set your ambition, and know further in detail what you're about to go through for your life. So normally in secondary school, you will take an exam. So that exam itself will determine your future. In Malaysia itself, that exam we call as SPM, which stands for Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia. It's an exam that every one of us must take whenever we reach Form 5 of our secondary school. In other countries, maybe you are taking an O-level, A level, or some other exams itself. Okay, all these exams play a main role, which is to segregate the secondary school students on what courses you can take later in the universities. Okay, normally when you finish your secondary school, you have a few paths here. Example, in Malaysia, we have a path of going to STPM, which is our Form 6, where you need to spend 2 years at there studying in school again. Another one is you going to matriculation. Matriculation are normally a school that is approved by the government. Only the selected few able to enter. And normally you spend about a year for your studies. This one is only the good student selected, but with quota in Malaysia. Okay. The next one is you can choose to go for foundation studies, or you can go for diploma studies. Okay, this will take about 1 year for foundation and about 2 years for diploma. Okay, normally those students that have achieved good results and their parents can able to pay, they will select foundation or diploma so that they can select the courses that they wanted in their university life later. For those that is being selected by the government, congratulations to you. You enter matriculation. If you score well here, most probably you'll be offered by the government the subject or the course that you wanted. For those that going STPM, you score here, you also will be offered, but somehow there are quota for government universities. So I hope that you get the subject or course you want. If you don't get, you also need to stick with that. Normally, people that cannot afford to pay foundation or diploma, they will end up in STPM itself. That is just a general example. But of course, there are others who fall out from this generalization. So, all in all, after you finish your STPM, matriculation or foundation or diploma, you will enter your degree in your university life. So, during the university life is the part that you must select a subject or a course that will determine what career path you're going to take in the future. Maybe a lot of you in secondary school, now you'll be thinking, I have no idea what I want to be. I have no idea what ambition I want to do. I hope I get something that I love, that I like to do every day, and it can be part of my hobby. Sorry to say, I must say to you this, because you must differentiate what is your hobby, what is you love to do from your career. Your career, if you're able to choose to be part of your hobby or what you love, I deeply congratulate you. But not many people are able to do that. Somehow your hobby can be listening to music, your hobby can be playing games, your hobby can be singing. But do you find that you can take example like how to code for gaming, how to make music in your degree university studies? The answer is not to everyone. My advice is select something that is practical in your country that you are residing. If let's say you are residing in Malaysia, to be success in the entertainment industry, in music, in singing, is something not easy. It's a journey normally not taken. Okay, to play it safe, normally people take degree courses that is being taken by everyone. Okay, so I'll advise you, do not risk your future for something that is very cold, not taken by others normally, and do not also follow the flow of generalization. Everybody takes certain path, you also follow blindly. I would suggest you stick to your ambition. Now is the part you need to ask yourself, what do you interest? What is something that push you to wake up early in the morning? You will do your own study willingly. What is the thing that the first item you go to a bookshop, you pick up the book, you read on the subject itself, the topic. Those are the things that determine your careers. You must do something you love in your university life, because you need to understand. Let's say you enter the university at the age of 18 or 19 years old. Let's say you graduate at around, let's say you take a 4-year studies, you will graduate roughly at 22 to 23 years old. Okay, you will be doing the same thing that you study in your degree for the past 40 long years until you're about 60 to 65 years old. Only you start to retire. So you are doing something that you are studying, and you do that for around 40 long years of your life. That is roughly around 80% of your life, your working life. Okay? So please, please, please consider thoroughly, consider deeply. Do not take a decision that you regret one day. Because once you graduate from the university, you want to make the U-turn to go back is very, very difficult. Because the moment you graduate from the universities, you begin working, you begin to have money and freedom, you also begin to have debt. The debt to pay your loan, your study loan, the debt to pay your house loan, the debt to pay your car loan, the debt to pay to your parents, to sustain your parents, and for those who have upcoming girlfriend, wife, babies, you have the liability to take care of them. You cannot simply choose a U-turn and say, bye-bye, I want to go back to study. That is if you are a lucky boy or lucky girl who do not have any liability, you can take that U-turn. Not everyone can take that U-turn. So in your degree courses, you must take something that you love. Something you love to do. Example, if you like about science, you like about investigation, about research, about technology, choose something that related to science and technology. Example are like engineering, biology, physics, chemistry subject. If you learn about how to take care of people, how to cure a person, then maybe you are a person for medicine, but of course you're not able to afraid on blood. Okay, if you love something on about business, how to make business, how to be entrepreneurs, then you take something related to business. If you know how to talk well, how to market something, you do marketing. If you like something about example of how to influence people, how to talk well, how to lead people in a very good manner, then maybe you are a person going for HR. So on and on, choose something that you love. If you can choose something that is being your hobby as well, you can say to me, your hobby is on music, your mom and dad forcing you to take something on engineering, on medicine, which you hate. But my friend, hobby is something you do at your leisure time. For you to go out in the working world to earn money to sustain yourself, please think in the practical way. You must choose something that can sustain your life later when you go out to work, that can sustain your family. You may like a hobby in music, but can music pay you the life that you want? Can music pay you the amount of money you want? So if you are living in a country that music prosper and you are deeply confident you can win a singing competition, attend by 100%, and you are the only first runner-up or the winner of the whole contest, then by all means go for it if you are gifted. But if you yourself are not so confident on your gift itself, please select something that is practical. So make sure what you choose is something practical. Practical means at the same time you do not hate the thing, at the same time you somehow, if can, you like something that you do, and that thing is available in the state, in the place, in the village, or in the country that you stay. If you want to take something that is not practical, you can end up like you go engineering, you study about satellite communication, but you come out as an engineer qualified for satellite communication technology, but your country do not provide anything on satellite. Then what you study that for? Where you want to work? So before you choose your degree on university, besides taking your own interest, your love, your hobby, can you relate to your career, besides something practical, also please look at the job availability at your country that you reside. Job availability means what is the job available in the place that you reside, in the country you reside, in the state that you reside. If you make your mind to stay in Malaysia, to stay in Singapore, to stay in China, to stay in US in the future of your career, so please make a research yourself. What are the jobs available in the place that you're about to reside, and then only make the decision whether you want to study that course or not. You don't want to end up in a big trouble after spending so much money in debt for your study loan, finish a course with a first class honors, but end up you only realize the course that you study not available in the place that you are staying. If let's say the place you are staying is a state, you can go to other state to work, that is still acceptable. If let's say the job not available in your country, can you leave the country? If the job not available in your region, example like Southeast Asia, example like Asia, example like South America, can you leave your region? So before you give me the answer, yes, I can leave at any time, please think in a practical manner. How old is your parents? Do you need to take care of your parents? Is there any liability you need to take? Do your loan bind you to your country? So do not be uncareful when selecting your university course. Make sure you find what are the courses available. Is the course able to provide the job to you in the place you want to reside? Does the job is practical? Is it able to sustain the quality of your life based on the income that you generate from your career? Is that job part of your hobby? Do you love it, your job? You don't hate it at least? And by all means, if possible, consult someone that is senior or if better, working in the industry that is related to your course you're going to select in the university. It is wise actually for you to somehow group together with your friends during your STPM matriculation or foundation years to go a industry visit on the place of a certain career. Example, you are taking a course on journalism, how to be a journalist. Can you do an industry visit to a newspaper agency or to a news agency to see how's the life of a journalist? You may need to look on the good part of the journalist that they can publish in the newspaper, their figure there, their name as an author, they are disclosing any secrets happening in the companies or in the country. You also need to look at the bad part of the job where they are under the sun, under the hot sun, under the rain, under the wind, cold, waiting for the people come out to somehow interview them. If you like to be an engineer, you may think that engineer is someone that is techy, someone that is very scientific, someone that looks cool, can fix everything under the sun. You also need to look at what is the practical, what is the industry standard, what is the working environment of an engineer. Do you like to work in the manufacturing environment? Do you like to work in the research center? Do you like to make your hands dirty to do the scientific work to receive the good result? Do you have the patience to receive them? Some of us also want to go for high-paid job, but you must first think of the thing is, are you qualified for the high-paid job? Do you able to sustain stress that is generated from a high-paid job? A lot of us may think that high-paid jobs are like pilots. So are you afraid of height? Do you have the amount of money to study pilot? Because pilot are just a certificates. It's not a degree certificate itself. It's just a driving certificate. So are you able to sustain the money to finish the course thoroughly without any delay? And then also, some of us also want to follow, example, some kind of work such as a businessman. So a lot of us may think that when you finish your degree in business, you come out can be a businessman. The answer is no, it's not simple as that. To be a businessman, you must have experience, you must have a model, you must have the people, you must have the niche idea to sell something. It's not that you will finish your business degree, then you come up with a niche idea. No. So please make ample of study yourself, ample of research yourself, ample of self-realization on what is your love, what is your hobby, what kind of job that you will select so that you don't get depressed, you don't regret in your next 10 years of your life. Can the job provide a practical living to you? Something that adequate of money to sustain your life? Is the course you select in the university provide a job to you in the area that you stay? If yes, then only you end up in your career path after you graduate. So if you end up here as a happy man where you have selected something that you love, it is part of your hobby, it provides you a practical life, it provides a job that is available to you at the place that you reside, then I deeply congratulate you. Please do not end up in your career where you do not love the work, it is not one of your hobby. You ask yourself why you wake up at 6 a.m. in the early morning just to rush to your work at 8 a.m. and you believe that the work make you a zombie, make you a robot, that make your life miserable from 9 to 6. Then after 6 o'clock, you're just waiting, can't wait just to clock out and go back to your home, and the cycle keep repeating and repeating and repeating for 40 long years until you wait your retirement, only you realize you spend your life doing something that you don't like. Please consider thoroughly when you are here. So be reminded, this is the path that you choose. And if you want to go back the U-turn somewhere here, it's very difficult. It's not something that everyone can do. So I hope that this video gives you realize what is the path from secondary school to work. And I hope that this video also gives you to realize how important it is for you to be the secondary school students to begin to choose your path wisely. Please choose something as the ambition from your childhood onwards. Please choose something that you are passionate. Please choose something that you love to do. You just can't live without doing that. You will ask yourself, if I'm willing to die for this ambition, it is something that I must choose for my life. This is something that makes me wake up every morning, go to work happily, do something that I love so much. Okay, this is something that determines who you are in your life. Always remember, when you do something you love, it is easier for you to success. If you do something you hate, it is easier for you to end up in failure. So please think carefully. Okay, so that's all what I want to share with you today. I hope you like the video. If you feel that my lecture over here do give a hint to help you in your life, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Till then, I hope that I can provide more meaningful, more helpful and more practical video to help to enlighten your life in the future. Thank you very much. Till then, I meet you. I wish you like our video.
This video is produced by AK Studios.
We are eager to share with you new topics every week for our coming videos.
If you have any topics to be discussed in future, drop a comment below.
I'm Keith.
I'm Avinesh.
Thank you.